Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one. Welcome back to World of Warships with Rear Admiral Jingles. Today we have an exceptional battle for you, and we also have the return of Maltese Knight. It's been a while, haven't seen him in ages. It's good to know he's still around, still playing, and still sending replays, because they're usually pretty good, and today's is no exception. Maltese Knight, as the name would suggest, hails from the Mediterranean island of Malta, although I'm not sure whether or not he's an actual knight. Jury's still out on that one. Malta, of course, famous during World War II for the epic siege that it withstood at the hands of the Luftwaffe and the Italian Air Force, which resulted in the entire island, the only time this has ever happened, being granted the George Cross, which is Britain's highest civilian award for gallantry. It's basically the civilian version of the Victoria Cross. Personally, I have been to Malta a couple of times, 3 times I think, all with the Royal Navy. Sadly, after the Royal Navy lost the Navy base there, after which Malta did kind of clean itself up a bit, but it's still a fantastic place to visit. Malta, of course, is also where Ridley Scott filmed the Roman bits of the movie Gladiator, starring Russell Crowe and the late, great, legendary Hellraiser Oliver Reed, who died during filming while getting drunk in a Maltese bar with a bunch of British sailors. Honestly, I think that's more or less exactly how he would have wanted to go. Speaking of being drunk, today's all Tier 10 domination battle on the Trident map, the matchmaker actually appears to be sober for a change, with 3 radar on each team. Although the enemy team's radar is a bit of a mixed bag. One of them is one of the enemy destroyers, the Smarland. So not a great radar, but you know, any radar is better than none. The same thing kind of applies to the 2 cruisers, the Moskva and the Salem, with each of them having kind of shitty but also kind of good radar, just in different ways, with the Salem having the short range but good duration radar and the Moskva having the shitty duration but the good range radar. But hey, both teams do have 3 radars each. As for the ship that Maltese Knight is sailing, this is the USS Laffey. This is a dockyard ship introduced to the game extremely recently. And it is pretty good, although not without a few significant weaknesses. Let's talk about the strengths first. Like the Italian cruisers, it has a burst fire mechanic, allowing it to get 3 salvos off very, very quickly at the cost of an extended reload once the burst fire wears off. The concealment is decent, and she gets an improved specialised repair team consumable. Just having a repair team consumable at all on a destroyer is a good thing. Also, like the new Tech Tree US Navy heavy destroyers, she gets this time-based smoke consumable, which if you manage it carefully, allows you to have a smoke screen more or less on demand. The Laffey's smoke can be used for a maximum of 80 seconds throughout the entire battle. You have to use it once triggered for a minimum of 10 seconds, at which point you can turn it off, leaving you 70 seconds of smokescreen use for the rest of the battle. There's a short cooldown before you can use it again after using it once, 30 seconds, but other than that you can pretty much use the smoke whenever you need it. There are 2 main downsides to the ship. First, the torpedoes, which she has just launched. I mean, the good thing about the torpedoes is it gets a lot of them, 10, in 2 quintuple launchers. Unfortunately, the range is only 8 kilometers. The damage per torpedo is average. It's like just short of 18,000. Nothing spectacular, but nothing bad either. Unfortunately, the reload is kind of slow. 140 seconds, so more than 2 minutes, which is pretty bad. Possibly the ship's biggest issue is survivability. Despite having the repair party, she doesn't have a lot of hit points. Her speed is also distinctly average, and she doesn't have an engine boost to get herself out of the shit fast if she finds herself in it. There goes the smoke. Remember, he has to use this for at least 10 seconds before he can cancel it, and then save the rest. You can see he has cancelled it. It's now gone on cooldown, 23 seconds before he can use the smoke again if he needs it. And it doesn't last long, but he does have 1 minute and 10 seconds of smoke generation remaining for the rest of the battle. Once he uses it, it's gone. He's not really interested in getting spotted now because he's about to finish flipping this cap circle. That Hayate, by the way, we are going to be seeing much more of him in the rest of this battle. Honestly, I cannot sing that Hayate's praises enough. I mean, you haven't seen anything yet, but trust me. Greatest teammate I've seen in World of Warships this year. Oh, enemy Smarland. That's the radar destroyer. Maltese Knight did disable his engines. He's immediately popped the damage control. I mean, he's almost certainly got the last stand skill, because what destroyer captain doesn't? But when you're getting shot at, not just by a Laffy, but yep, he's getting backed up by the Hayate, and hopefully the Worcester as well. There are his torpedoes. When you're getting shot at by all of that, it would be an extremely foolish destroyer captain who relied on the last stand skill to get his ass out to dodge before dying. So yeah, the Smarland gets away. Notice the smoke screen, by the way. It was getting popped behind Maltese Knight. That wasn't him. That was the Hayate. And he wasn't dropping the smoke for himself or Maltese Knight, he was dropping it for the Worcester behind them, whose radar revealed the Smarland, and who, as a direct result, got itself shot up by the enemy Libertad. In fact, has just sunk, despite the smoke screen, to fires set by the Libertad. So, I mean, he tried. He did everything that he could to keep his teammate in the game, but, well, he was on fire. The damage control was on cooldown, so not his fault the Worcester didn't make it. Oh, the team have just lost another cruiser. This time it's the Brisbane. And one of Maltese Knight's team's radars, which isn't good. Speaking of which, whose radar is that? It's not the Moskva, he's too far away. Don't know where the Salem is. It could be the Smarland. That would put him right on the other side of this cap circle. Duration seems, I don't know, 20 seconds? What do you think? Oh yeah, there he is. I was going to say, if it is the Smarland, that puts him within 7.5 kilometres. But you know what else is within 7.5 kilometres? Yeah. Oh, that would be the Z-52. Fortunately, he does not like getting shot at, as would any destroyer, being subjected to the Laffy's burst fire mode. So he smokes up, and of course, because he was the one spotting Maltese Knight goes once again undetected. But not for long, because now he's hydroed by somebody. It could be that could mean the Z-52 sneaking up on him on the other side of that island. That would be bad. I think it's time to get the hell out of here. He's asking the Stalingrad for the radar because he wants to know where that Z-52 is. And the Stalingrad is in the perfect position to radar and reveal that Z-52, but, well, either it's on cooldown, or he's not paying attention, or he just doesn't give a shit, because he is not getting any help from the Stalingrad. The Hayate, by the way, has just sunk by flooding the Libertad that took down the Worcester earlier. And any chance of the Stalingrad waking up and radaring that Z-52 there have been sunk, along with the Stalingrad itself. Taken down by the Hindenburg, Roberto Loria and Bourgogne that it was charging, because nothing smacks good idea like charging 3 enemy ships at once in a cruiser. The Z-52, however, is probably thinking, hang on a minute, or wait, he's German. Ein Minuten, bitte. How the hell did I lose this gunfight? Good question, but the answer is actually kind of simple. He wasn't just fighting Maltese Knight. Once again, the Hayate came to his aid, providing its own gunfire. He's on fire, of course, and, well, he's no longer spotted, so there's at least that. But fires aren't that dangerous on a destroyer, because they do a percentage of your hit points. The fire will do technically more damage on a battleship. It will just do the same percentage of damage. And because he does have a heal, which is about to come off cooldown, well, this is going to be his final charge, he's going to be able to recover 100% of that fire damage. And of course what he needs to do now is chill out, recover his health, which he is in the process of doing, and take this cap circle, because currently his team don't have any. They did have possession of Alpha, but the enemy team are flipping that. And he is, of course, this is not going to come as any surprise if you've been paying attention so far, assisted in flipping this central cap by the world's greatest teammate in the Hayate. And now they're setting their sights on the cap circle at Charlie. There's just a couple of enemy ships in the way first. On the bright side, almost all of them are battleships. There go the Hayate's torpedoes. On the downside, not all of them are battleships. There's a Hindenburg over here somewhere. And while the Hindenburg doesn't have radar, it does have world-class hydro. speaking of ships that have hydro, the Mecklenburg, unusually for German battleships, does not. But what it does have is eyes looking this way, because that's where the gun turrets are pointing, allowing him to see the very, very obvious smoke screen and extremely angry 127mm shells coming out of it. And yet he is still sailing in a straight line at the same speed. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Obvious torpedoes were kind of obvious. Well, I'm sure Maltese Knight would like to thank the Mecklenburg for its service. He now only has 30 seconds of smoke left and no heals, so that 12,000 hit points. Oh, Mecklenburg was launching wait, what? The Mecklenburg was launching... What, so you're telling me that you're in a battleship, you spot a smoke screen spitting very angry 5-inch high explosive shells at you, and your plan is to sail within 6 kilometres of it in order to launch your torpedoes? Alright, I'll allow it. Oh, that's bad news. That's very bad news. That's the Hindenburg. Note that the Hayate just set the smoke screen that Maltese Knight is taking cover in here. He did not set that smoke screen for himself. This isn't just a lucky accident that Maltese Knight is taking advantage of. The Hayate even confirms as much in chat. I will spot soon. He's working his way around the island there so we can get some flanking torpedoes into the Hindenburg and continue to ensure that he remains spotted. The problem is that's a Hindenburg, and it has the best hydro in the game. So smoke or not, if that thing gets within 6 kilometres, because its hydro basically acts as an extremely long duration short range radar. But I mean, the short range and the short range, 6 kilometres, he's going to see you. Notice he's shooting at the Hayate now, who is maintaining spotting. There's the hydro. But this is fine, because the Hayate has taken all of the heat now. The Hindenburg, spotting the Hayate, turns, because obvious torpedoes are kind of obvious. There go the Hayate's torpedoes. Hindenburg's managed to... No! He's been hit by at least one. He's about to get out of line of fire. There goes the burst fire. Is it? Yes! And that's not just a yes, he got the kill. That's also a yes, he got the kill before the Hindenburg could finish off the Hayate. What a teammate. And he's not done yet. He is not yet done being awesome. Keep an eye on him. There's only 2 enemies left, of course, and they are both battleships. And, well, when you've got 2 battleships and you're facing 2 battleships and 3 destroyers, I don't rate your chances very highly. Oh, the Bourgogne just got clapped. I mean, again, when there's only 2 of them and you're facing 5 enemies, it basically doesn't really matter which way you turn. You're going to be giving broadside to something. Although it's probably a lot safer to give broadside to a destroyer, as long as it's outside of torpedo range, than it is to give broadside to another battleship. The Hayate, he's heading for the cap circle at Charlie. Because why take chances? Also, while we're here, shout out to the friendly Marceau, because while we really haven't seen much of anything of him, except for a brief glimpse of him in the distance, I think he was the one finishing off the Smolensk, but he's been putting the work in too. He's also on 3 kills. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Semi-armor piercing from the Roberto Loria. Here goes the final 20 seconds of smoke. But, I mean, let's face it, if you still have smoke left at this stage in the battle, you may as well use it. Fortunately, both surviving enemy battleships are applying their own terrain masking. I mean, it makes sense. You spot a destroyer, you want to get an island between it and you, or more importantly, between its torpedoes and you. But it does mean that that brief window of smoke was enough to block line of fire, and more importantly, line of sight between himself and both of the 2 remaining enemy battleships before they both plonked an island between you and them, removing any possibility that they're going to see you hosing them down with all of this 5-inch high explosive. There's the high caliber and Confederate. That's 214,000 damage done. 10 fires set, more than 300 gun hits. You can see the Hayate's torpedoes going for the Bourgogne as the Hayate flips that cap circle at Charlie. Oh, Maltese Knight's feeling a bit frisky. I was wondering why he was leaving the cover of the island. It was to get the torpedoes away. He's got, well, he had 18 seconds of smoke left. He doesn't have 18 seconds of smoke left anymore. Is he going to stop shooting? Or does he figure, ah, screw it, chicks dig scars and glory lasts forever? Because it's unlikely the Roberto Loria is, well, I don't know, it might. Yep, he's going for it, hosing it down with armour piercing. Are the torpedoes going to hit? Looks like he's putting on a burst of speed there. Although, to be completely fair, the only thing he really needs to worry about from the big old Italian over there is his semi-armour piercing secondaries. Because its main gun batteries are fully occupied elsewhere. Looks like the Bourgogne managed to dodge the Hayate's torpedoes. He has finished flipping that cap circle at Charlie and is now sheltering behind his own island, allowing the Bourgogne to get a couple of shots off. But yeah, let's face it, at this point it doesn't really matter whether or not Maltese Knight survives this battle, because there's no way the enemy team are surviving this. There goes the burst fire mode. He's fishing for another kill. Get as much high explosive in the air as quickly as possible, putting the guns on cooldown. Nope, he didn't get a fire. Now he's got to suffer through that long-ass reload, waiting for the guns to come back up again. He may still get a kill. Although I don't think it's going to be on the Roberto Loria. I think the Bourgogne took him out. That leaves the enemy Bourgogne. There goes the Hayate. There go the Hayate's torpedoes. The burst fire mode is active once again. This could be it. This could be kill number 4. It is. Yeah. There you go. 246,000 damage, high caliber and Confederate. 4 kills by Maltese Knight in the USS Laffey. Ably assisted, it must be once again stated, by an absolute rock star of a teammate, Monad Corps 7 in the Hayate, who honestly, I mean, the Mosso did get 3 kills as well. He was doing work, we just didn't see it happening. But as far as team play goes, more teammates like that Hayate, please. Definitely my candidate for Teammate of the Year 2025. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.